Hello, hello, hello. Just a little bit of a delay, guys. I'm here. Don't worry, I'm here. Little bit of a delay there. Hello, everybody. Stephane, Kaz, good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, so we are checking out iniBuilds. I don't even think it's released yet, is it? I don't think it is. I think it's been announced. The trailers are there, but in the description there's absolutely no links for these two we're going to look at tonight because they're not available yet. I'd imagine it's going to be within the next... It's most likely going to be within the next day, the next 24 hours, if not possibly Thursday or Friday. Possibly. But yeah. We are checking out iniBuilds Cape Town International, which is Foxtrot Alpha Charlie Tango, and we're looking at iniBuilds. This is a free one, so we're going to start at Fang Runway, which is in the Antarctic, and that is code Alpha Tango 98. Good to have people already in, keen to see the sceneries. I will get started ASAP. I was in a bit of a rush starting, guys, so just bear with me as I make sure everything is okay. Luckily, I haven't started talking with the microphone off, which is great. You're from Cape Town, by the way. Okay, well, no pressure. No pressure. No pressure. What I do need to do, just straight off the bat, guys, because I'm not from Cape Town, believe it or not. I don't know if you can tell by the accent, but I'm definitely not from Cape Town. But what I want to do is just check. I am just checking where. Right, okay. I've got it. I've got it. Right, so there will be a giveaway, so anyone who's joining the chat straight off the bat and wondering about the giveaway, I've got one copy of Cape Town. Fang obviously being it's going to be a free scenery. I don't think Fang is a free scenery if you buy Cape Town International. I don't think that is the situation. Correction, I'm from the Antarctic, so okay. I don't believe the situation, as far as I'm aware, is that if you buy Cape Town that you get Fang free. I don't think it is. I don't believe that that's the situation. Not that I've read so far. So forgive me If that is the case, I haven't read it, or I've completely missed it if that is the case. But as far as I'm aware, it is a free scenery. And obviously it is in a proximity where it would be a perfect companion to Cape Town International. I believe Cape Town either is the closest or the closest international airport to Fang. Again, forgive me if I'm wrong there, but I believe it is the closest. And obviously they're both there. You can leave Cape Town International and fly to Fang, not a problem. So as we go on with the live stream, as you know, just to start off, guys, my airport scenery live streams and videos, I would say I go more in depth with getting close to brick walls and fences and seeing the details. I know a lot of creators, and this is, by the way, this isn't a thing. This isn't me saying this is the way you should do it. There are creators who will look at new sceneries, but also integrate that with full flights either to and from that airport, and obviously have a look over it. With me, I like to make use of the time where I'm looking at make use of my time rather, looking around the scenery, seeing what the developers are doing with the details and what they've included, and see how spot on, how good they are. Now, listen, I haven't been to every airport in the world. I don't think there's probably anyone who has. But keep in mind that I try to do my best with giving everyone a breakdown of just how authentic the airports are. Okay, so listen, I apologize that I waffle on a bit more than anyone else. In fact, actually, that's a lie. I've seen people, and you won't mind me saying this, but Two-Tone Murphy, he does chat for a while before his live streams, but to be very, very fair, he can hold a crowd. I can't hold a crowd. He is a brilliant entertainer, is Two-Tone. And a good creator buddy of mine. So we are looking first at Fang. We will move on to Cape Town. Giveaway, that's what I was trying to say. Giveaway, you just need to be active in the chat, guys, okay? I'm not messing about with keywords. I'm not asking you to put a certain keyword into the chat today. It works much better if I say to you guys, active in the chat, active in the live stream. What will happen is Nightbot will basically tell me later on in the live stream who has been active in the chat, who's currently active in the chat, and those people on the list that I'm being shown will be entered into the giveaway. And that's simple as, okay? That's as best as I can do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I would recommend subscribing. I have made giveaways more favorable to subscribers because I think it's only fair. And it's good for me as well, of course. Abe, good to see you. Matt, good to see you. Evan, good to see everyone in the chat. Really appreciate you guys going in. So, basically, if you're active in the chat, you'll be entered. Now, I realise that people go away and they come back, or they'll retune in. I always tell people if they want to be entered, within the last half an hour of the live stream, which today starts at 7, so it'll be between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. Become active as much as possible then, if you are interested in the giveaway. And I will even show everyone that's entered, and I'll give people the opportunity to become active as well. So I give people loads of opportunities, guys. Right, okay, on with it. Let's not talk anymore, Brian, because you're losing them. A little under the weather, but Ape, that's not good, mate. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I hope you're feeling better soon now. I'm disappointed you're not wearing a cape now. I haven't got many capes. They're all in that cupboard there. Ivan, good to see you. Averson, good to see you. Quasi Moose watching along, mate. I'm curious about the scenery, especially as it's a premium. I'll be as detailed as possible. I'll try and pick out the details as I always do. I will do my very, very best for everyone to give you a good look at this new scenery. As I say, it's not released yet. I can only imagine this is going to be within the next 24 to 48 hours. It'll be out. iniBuilds have a very, very odd release sort of window, I guess you can call it. They like Leeds Bradford, for example, just an upgraded airport. They like to just drop it out of nowhere sometimes. As you can see, I've opted for I've opted for the A400 because, well, you know what I'm like. I'm a dinghy to myself, aren't I? What would you call it? I'm a hazard to me. Wait, whoa. What's going on? Right, okay. Get back on track. Get back on track. Where's the landing gear? Where's the landing gear? Where? Right, okay, right. Let me get control. Let me get control. This is the most you'll see me flying on one of these. Let me get the. No. To be honest with you guys, I think I've lost the runway. It's right under us, that's why. You're gonna make me turn? Okay, alright. Fair enough. I don't think this is working, because as you can see, those propellers, they're not even on. This is the only thing about some of these aircraft. Let's see if we can change the panel state mid-flight. Let's see if that does anything, because clearly for 2 of the engines just aren't working. Great start, Brian. Great start. Mark, good to see you. Tony Dog Zero, good to see you. Anyone else? Hey, I'm not flying in airports. No, I mean, what I meant, Kaz, was like a full flight between, you know, between Cape Town and here, for example. Could easily spend the full live stream doing a full flight from Cape Town to Fang, and then obviously show you bits of the scenery. Obviously, Fang isn't a massive airport, as you can see. Scenery's bloody gorgeous, but it's not a massive scenery, so obviously we won't be here long. So in terms of being able to show you guys an approach and landing, touch wood, I'll have a go. But that's what I meant, mate. Like a full flight. Like a full flight is what I meant. Not. I just think this would be a good chance to show you an approach into this. What are you having a go at me for? Overspeed. That's not good, is it? When I want to try and land. Yeah, to show you an approach and landing into it. That's all. What I was trying to do, guys, is just on a completely separate note was get Rex Atmos going as well, just for some visual flair. I would say the haze in the Antarctic, it looks pretty good. It looks nice. I would say that there's definitely a massive difference there. Yeah, I mean, even though it's bland, there's no trees, there's nothing, the snowy textures look fantastic. I believe when you get out on here, I mean, I think it does anyway, but the snow actually does you do actually leave tracks in the snow. This is the RAF livery as well. don't think the RAF fly into Antarctica, but I know they get around quite a lot. So this is Wolf's Fang. The code is Alpha Tango 98. As I say, I don't believe. Let me just have a little look. It just says it's a free download coming soon, so I don't think this is a case of you buy Cape Town, you get this free. I don't think so. But then I could be completely wrong, couldn't I? I could be completely wrong. But as far as I'm aware, you don't have to have Cape Town to have this in terms of getting it for free. I'm not seeing any info, and I do apologize if this is the case and it changes, so I really do apologize, guys, if it suddenly changes, but I believe you do not need you'll still be able to download this for free is what I'm saying. Cape Town, from what I'm reading, is $14.99 before tax, excluding tax, so it's probably going to be around the £17 mark. Cape Town. Are the thrusters even working? I don't think they are, you know. Maybe they are. To be very honest, guys, the approach is terrible for one. I'm also very, very high as well. It's because I didn't start off. The approach, the predetermined approach path with this airport is very short, even with something like the A400. I'm going to stick it into reverse thrust. Because I'm way too fast at the minute. It's quite a large runway as well. It doesn't look it, but it is. Yeah, there's absolutely no way I'm going to make this. You're now seeing the worst approach into this airport as well. I'm gonna give it another circle round, guys, because we have got time. The reason why we've got time is you'll want to see me ditch this into the snow. That's one. And it's not a massive scenery. It's not a massive scenery. So it'll be EMEET. Seatbelt on. yeah, exactly. Seatbelt on. Because I'm losing altitude already and I'm losing speed.
Don't sink.
There we go.
Don't sink.
Is there any fix or beacon to get there? To be honest with you, mate, I'm just hand flying it at this point. I'm not even bothering. Look at that. That's unnatural for the... Man, I say it's unnatural for the A400. It probably isn't. Yes, so this is Alpha Tango 98. It's also what it was default in the scenery as well anyway. When I forgot to install it at first. Oh, it's terrible, man. It's terrible. You guys are seeing the worst approach now. There's no way. There's no way. God knows how they do this in real life. I know high fly operate the A340 into here. Now, obviously, iniBuilds are getting the chance to show us that with the A340 300 at the minute, as you know, from the trailers. No, this is not available yet. Neither is Cape Town. I'm assuming they're going to release in conjunction with each other. But again, I don't know. I don't know a date, unfortunately, guys. I know that Cape Town is going to be $14.99 before tax. So it's going to be one of the iniBuilds more expensive airports, the £17 range, but it is a 2024 premium one, basically. So yeah, it's gonna be my guess, like I keep on saying, it's gonna be within the next 48 hours. That's my guess. I'm sorry, guys, we're not on the ground yet, but luckily, like I keep on saying, we have time. This might be a bit better, guys, just because I went out a bit more. We'll have a little walk around Fang, have a little look at the details iniBuilds have popped in. I keep on going too high up on that last turn. I'm at the perfect speed as well, that's the thing. But like I keep on saying, I'm not too sure how they operate the A340 into here. Should also be using the shut up. Is my gear down? Yeah. Oh. Perfect. Perfect.
That was tricky. Good landing after all.
I've got FS Realistic still turned on. I didn't want to. Oh, a bit bumpy. FX Realistic needs to be turned off, man. Perfect landing. Perfect. But as you can see, Day 400 can reverse on its own, but I love the effects. Apart from that landing, absolutely spot on. FS Realistic look, it made that look worse, plus it was very, very short, so I apologise, that was terrible. After all, 10 out of 10, yeah, see, I told you. But I love the effects. Also, you'll also see the detail of the runway, the actual grooves in the runway that iniBuilds have popped in. But yeah, that was a great landing. It's gonna be so fun to get the A340 here. It really is. I can't see that being any longer. But look, you can see the details of the runway. The actual grooves. Love the detail in the surroundings, of course. It looks fantastic, but the detail in the snow is so, so nice. Nah, it was all good. It was just a little short. It took out some of the approach lights, of course it did, but it's all good. Look at me hair at the back there, sticking up. Fantastic, nothing wrong with it. Absolutely fantastic landing. Plane's still fine. Absolutely great landing. Do you know what? It wouldn't have been a bad landing if it was actually on the runway. It's just I let the speed out too much. Love this aircraft though. Love seeing this in real life. Get to see this pretty when it wants to. It comes to Liverpool quite regularly for some of the sort of, you know, ILS training and stuff like that. Wouldn't even know where to start. Let's just put it on cold and dark. If you're wondering where I get the RAF liveries, it's just flightsim.to. I haven't linked it in the description, but it's from flightsim.to. Look at this. But yeah, I love to see it. You've got all of... Oh, what the... Don't know what that is. Couldn't tell you. Semi, good to see you. Yeah, it's good to see everyone in the live chat. We're having a look at Wolf's Fang first. So, Alpha Tango 98. This is the iniBuilds. Newest scenery. Don't think it's out yet. I don't think so, unless they've just dropped it and I don't know. I haven't got any Discord notifications, so I don't think they have. As I say, my guess is it's going to be in the next 48 hours. Could even be tomorrow. But yeah, real runway down in the Antarctic, and well, I think this is the one that you see in the Flight Sim 2024 trailer. Wouldn't it be cool? We have got drivable vehicles. People are adding them into the simulator, but that would be one hell of a fantastic drivable vehicle to have. And I'm not against them. I don't mind having ground vehicles in a flight sim. It just breaks it up a bit, especially the boats. The boats are so much fun. Some of the obviously the stairs for the A340 when it comes, the high fly. The ground assets are beautifully done, beautifully modelled. I will obviously jump into the drone at some point, just because walking certain places is going to take a while. Look at that. You could draw an obscene picture, couldn't you? No, I'm not going to do that, guys. I'm nearly 40 years old, guys. I'm not going to draw something in the sand, the snow, rather. But yeah, the edge lighting, the approach lighting, obviously the runway markers are all custom made by iniBuilds, of course. Let me know how you are doing in the live chat, guys, as we go through and look at Wolf's Fang, and then we'll be moving over to South Africa, where we'll be looking at Cape Town. I haven't seen any of it, really. I jumped in to get the thumbnail, as I always say. I jumped in to get the thumbnail picture, but I haven't looked around it. From what I've seen, glimpses of it, it looks fantastic. Really, really densely populated scenery. Lot of details in there. We'll be definitely going through them, taking a look. Let me get into drone mode, because I'll be honest with you, it's a lot easier. Some of the assets we've got are very spaced out. Let me show you that we've got the high fly flag here. Look at that, animated. If you haven't seen the trailer, I haven't linked it in the description, so you'll just have to go off and find it yourselves. But it does feature the high fly A330-300 iniBuilds' upcoming new aircraft. It's a bit. I tell you what, the bloom on that is a bit. I'll have to go back into the daytime, but even then, jeez. As you can see, they are actually kind of almost like military grade boxes. I can't get any closer to the light, unfortunately. But I tell you what, doesn't Rex Atmos look fantastic in the Antarctic? Look at that. yeah, it looks fantastic. Anyone who, I mean, I get it to a point sometimes, but it really does. You kind of can see the lights from a distance. There you go. It's actually got Wolf's Fang. Look at that. It's actually Monster Lights Australia. If anyone rewatches the stream or tells me now that's legit, I'd love to tell, because I'd love to know rather, because that's quite cool. If you're interested in the giveaway, guys, the giveaway consists of you guys being active in the live chat. Now, I will be drawing the winner towards the end of the stream between half 8 and half 9. Yes, half 8, yeah, around half 8, half 9. So if you are interested in the giveaway, and listen, I do appreciate people. Some people just join live streams to win a prize, and that, listen, I'm absolutely fine with that. But if you're interested in obviously seeing the sceneries, getting to know them, seeing how they are, then stick with me for the next hour and a half, 2 hours, and look at that. Not too sure. Yeah, that is probably just a good old 2024 glitch. Because it looks very menacing. But yeah, guys, between half 8, 9 o'clock, get yourself back in, get active in the chat, and I will put it up on the screen. I'll show you who's entered. Then I'll give you about 5 minutes to, again, be active in the chat, and then you can enter yourself in, and then we'll announce the winner. Keep in mind that the scenery isn't available yet, so please, the winner, be respectful, and please do not message or ask me about the scenery until it's released, and then even then, please give time for the scenery to be sent to your account. If you are interested in participating as well, I ask that you put an email into your YouTube account, into your profile. That is the way I will be contacting the winner. So if you don't put an email in, I can't get in touch with you. That's the way I do it. Other people do it differently. I run giveaways by contacting the winner rather than them reaching out to me. You can't be too careful. I want to make sure that the winner is the one who gets the prize. And I saw this on the trailer. I haven't actually seen it close up yet. It's pretty cool. A question: is there any solar panels or lights? It's a good question, Kaz. I'd imagine they've got some kind of energy source. I can't personally see any in the scenery in terms of like a model or an object that they've put in. But you can see the Wolfsfang runway and the coordinates, and you can see South Pole that way, Cape Town that way. So it's all there for you if you were thinking about, flying this completely GPS free. I wouldn't recommend it. Troll? Are we saying there's an actual cave over there with a troll in it? Like a troll or an internet troll? We never know. Love to see them. Dakotas, I think. DC6. I think. Troll, yeah. The troll is in the back of the plane. But even the plane models, they're fantastic. There was your answer, Kaz. Sustainable aviation fuel, white desert, Antarctica. Even the barrels, man, they're really, really crisp and detailed. I mean, obviously, iniBuilds can go really detailed with this one. The reason why I say that is because, obviously, they can. It's a smaller area. The runway zone, I mean, the whole the scenery itself is smaller, so I guess they can bump up the the textures and the model fidelity. That's my own guess. We actually have that basic interior, but it's modeled pretty nicely. Fantastic, fantastic. So we have some more bits over here. Also as well, I'm going to say straight off the bat, the LODs are a bit... When you're approaching, I think the LODs need to be a bit higher. Some things don't render into place straight away. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining the stream today. I will be trying to schedule live streams for around 7 p.m., 6, 7 p.m. Anything that's earlier in the day, it'll just be due to the fact that I can't do a later live stream. 7 p.m. seems to be the time at the minute for sort of my channel. I think that it works the best. But again, I've been experimenting with times since I started live streaming, which I'm enjoying. But yeah, I've got more videos. I've got a YouTube short coming out tomorrow, along with it being posted on my social media as reels. That has got a little special guest in it. The YouTube short out tomorrow at I think 5 or 6 o'clock, guys, on my channel. You'll see a little special guest in there. Look forward to showing you that. Looking forward to seeing people's reactions, actually seeing the special guest. The tents are really well done as well. I don't know if we've got any interiors to any of them. It'd be cool if there was maybe one or two. But like the materials, the modeling of the tents, definitely would not ever. It seems like a fantastic opportunity, but I'd never ever do it. I couldn't. I'd be terrified. But look, even the little clips into the snow, I mean, they must be heavy duty. They must be a good few feet long. But yeah, YouTube show tomorrow, guys, 5 or 6 p.m. I think I've scheduled it for. Little special guest in there. Nothing too mad. I've just been making a little sort of cinematic for the last couple of weeks, just off and on, adding little bits in. It's nothing sort of to the level of like sort of the aircraft or airport trailers that I do. But yeah, I think the little special guest in there will put a couple of smiles on people's faces. It'll probably upset a few people as well, because just... yeah, it probably will. And then I've got an unboxing on Friday or Saturday, and then next Wednesday, I think, is we're in October at this point. I've got another pre-recorded video, so there's quite a few bits coming up. And I think, guys, let's just head to the end of the runway, because just in case I forget anything. But I think that is pretty much it for Fang. I'm going to look forward to seeing people making the flight over from Cape Town, but I absolutely love the tracks and the snow textures that iniBuilds have done here. Really, really cool. Edge markings all the way down. We do have some bits down here. Let's have a little look. I think we've got a couple of turning zones, turn back zones. I can't ever remember what they're called, like the official name. Mickey, good to see you. Hey, am I too late to the party? Absolutely not, mate. I mean, we've just had a look at Fang, so if you do want to go back and have a look at Fang, you can do, because we're going to make our way over to Cape Town now. I'm not doing the flight, guys, so if you were looking to see the flight, then go and have a look for someone else doing the flight at another time. Obviously, don't leave now, but I'm sure someone's going to do a flight between Cape Town and Fang. Millions of white pixels. I bet it still needs a 1590. Basically, yeah. I mean, it's all white. This is the only way I'm getting really good performance. What I might do, guys, I'm not going to do the flight, of course, because there's absolutely no point. I want to show you guys what Cape Town looks like, how detailed it is. As I say, this will also be my first impressions seeing it properly, so it won't be just yours, it'll be mine too. I haven't had a good look around Cape Town. I've seen a little bit of it. I've put the drone camera in one spot and I took some screenshots for the thumbnail, and that was it. So I'm really excited to see Cape Town. Stupid question, is Wolfsfang a real airport? Never heard of it. Yes, I believe it is. Highfly do flights there. I'm pretty sure Flight Radar 24 did a video on the Highfly. On the 340. Yeah, Flight Radar 24, Cape Town to Antarctica by private A340. So they went on, I knew it was, I've seen the video. If you go to, here, I say go to it, look, I've got it right here. Although that was a plain livery. But yeah, it's a real thing, Let me post this link in. That's the Flight Radar 24 video where they got to do it. They got to do the flight. Really, really cool. It's got an... Oh, hang on. We've already got the flaps. Is it already moving? Wow, Jesus. But yeah, I wouldn't stay here. Leave me on the A340, but I'd love to experience the A340 off, or into here and off. It would be so damn cool, man. The experience that the pilots and obviously the people who do this regularly in real life. Bit bumpy. I don't know if the A400 does flights here. Couldn't tell you that. Certainly, I know the official need to sort that, because there's no way that an A340. No, they need to sort that. There's absolutely no way an A340 gets off a runway like that. Yeah, I think, guys, that what you've seen, that probably, especially with how smooth the well, the runway looks really, really smooth when you're looking at it, the textures and everything. So I think that might be I would say that's a bug. Probably it's something to do with the terrain. Don't know whether my landing gear is going in at all, to be honest with you. It's very, very slow. It says it's up. There we go. And there we go, guys. We're up from Wolfsfang. I would think the runway needs some love and attention. I think it needs to be sorted. Let's go to Cape Town. So I can show you. Here's where we are. Ooh. Round here somewhere. What was that one? There we go. This is where we are. And all you do is head north. And there's Cape Town. We'll stick with the A340. I think Cape Town does have a military apron. Again, not 100%. It does say military cargo, so we'll stick the A340 here. Just cold and dark. Good evening. By chance, my PC showed me to start a photo of garden route, so I decided to make a flight along with Cape Coast. Fact, default wasn't awful, but a payware would be good. So I believe, let me just go through. So as I say, full Wolf's Fang. again, I need to ask iniBuilds this, and I will put it in the description, of course, or the comments if I find out. Pardon me, guys. It says it's free, download coming soon. I'd imagine it is going to be along with Cape Town, and I don't know if the situation is you get it free if you buy Cape Town. I don't think it is. It doesn't say anywhere that is the deal. It just says Wolfang's Runway is free, coming soon. So to give you a bit of context, the scenery features for Wolfang, again, I should have already done this before. Bespoke texture set, including custom ice and snow textures, and obviously snow footprints and tracks. Custom modeled and positioned flight lighting built to suit the environment. Highly detailed models of nearby camps and clutter, including tents, vehicles, custom static aircraft. Up-to-date airport layout reflecting current world location, which I find funny because it's just an apron with a runway. Level of detail optimized. Every model to encourage better performance. So what I would say, guys, is in terms of the LODs, in terms of the level of distance, the objects sort of, I wouldn't say pop in, but they appear when they need to appear. In the instance of Wolfang, with it being a blank white canvas, it is very noticeable when those objects appear in, if that makes sense. And then obviously using the latest SDK, which I've started to mess about with recently. Anyway, we're looking at, so you were saying this about the Ace. I'm just coming back to what you were saying. This does have a custom 12mm DEM terrain. That basically brings the Table Mountain and Cape Peninsula to life like never before. So I will make sure we take a look at that probably straight away, so you guys can see that. Hopefully what we can see is some of the really nice texturing around the Table Mountain along the coast. Price available soon, $14.99 excluding VAT. So I think this is going to be around the £17 mark if I'm going to hazard a guess. Again, the picture I'm seeing, South African Airways A340-300. Oh, it looks fantastic, especially in that livery. So yeah, it's got a bit more of the actual the terrain mesh here on my sort of my cheat sheet. On my cheat sheet. Let's have a little look. Let's bring that over here. Is this fact? This is fact. So this is Cape Town, yeah. This is fact. It's a fact that this is fact. Oh, Brian. So this has got the detailed 12mm digital elevation model. So that's what DEM stands for. So from the iconic slopes of Table Mountain to the rugged coastline, every contour is faithfully recreated in breathtaking realism. That's what it's saying in front of me. I'll take you through the scenery features in as we go around. Make sure I show you guys some of the night lighting as well, because I'm absolutely terrible at that. Let's jump into. We will do this in drone mode, but we will go over to Table Mountain first because it makes sense. Kaz, it's a good point, mate, and it's probably the case because I never do any flights. I've been known to do some of the sort of approaches and landings. I've been doing them more and more recently. The sort of the more confidence I get with basically the approaches and stuff like that. Let's take. I tell you what, I would say. That is probably the better lighting for the showing you guys this. But yeah, Kaz, I imagine so. But I would say the runway situation, it does need sorting out. I don't think that's the way it should be at all. It seems that the guys, I think with it being snow, the runway will have to be in absolutely pristine condition in terms of the how smooth and maintained it is. So there's Table Mountain, and unfortunately, I can't really give you any comparisons, especially with the live stream, but I can't really tell you if that's any better than what we had before. It looks fantastic. The every sort of cliff face, and I can't see any kind of terrain spikes or anything. You just flew past my flat. I did wave. I actually didn't know if there was pockets of water on top of this mountain. That's pretty cool. Let's see what it's like when we get further in, because I'm curious to see. Hey, it's not bad, is it? Not bad at all. Nice. I would say it's a really, really good feature, as well as bringing us the airport with some of the surrounding buildings, which I believe is the case, is to bring us the coastline with all of this elevation data. Really, really cool. Really, really nice. Yeah, it's beautiful. Very, very nicely done. Bravo iniBuilds for the the elevation data. I do apologize, but this again, this is got a bit of let's see if we can. I think overall, it's probably the light's just a bit better. We can see things. There's a lot of haze there. All the tracks down there. Very, very nice. And is that part of... I don't know. Crisp DEM for tabletop area enhanced experience close up and from a distance. Oh, that's what I need to show you guys. Yes, thank God I actually looked at that. Yes, they've included the cable car, and it looks absolutely blooming gorgeous at night. They've got the light. iniBuilds do fantastic things with the night lighting. Fully modelled table mountain cafe with helipad. Oh, hang on. There's the cable car there. I couldn't see it. That's what the building is, so that's why it's there. Everyone's screaming. The cable car's there, mate. The cable car's there. So that's what it is. I don't know where the... Oh, they've actually put Foxtrot Alpha Charlie Mike, so Facum as another waypoint. Another. It's basically a helipad. We'll try and have a look at that, but I tell you what, look at this. That is really nice detail. Now, I would love to know if this has got collision mesh on it. Has it got an interior, or do they just... Oh, okay. Where do people get on? Here. Oh, okay. Has it got a mesh? Oh, hang on, I can't move this, so maybe it has got collision. Can we ride these table cars? It could be called a table car. It's going to Table Mountain. Can we ride these cable cars? The build, what I'm seeing is a tiny bit of spikes in performance, just so you guys know. Oh, look at this. Oh, hang on. Have they put working elevators in? I mean, the numbers aren't moving. It's all there. It's very, very nicely detailed. Let me have a look. We're gonna miss the cable cars here. I'm just wondering if the doors open and whether they've put a collision mesh on there. I want to know. I want to know. I'll also find out where the helipad is, guys. Obviously, stick with us because we're going to be taking a look at the actual airport at some point. But this is very important as well because it is part of the scenery. But yeah, it's... No, I don't think there's any... Oh, there is an interior to that. Look at that. How cool is that lighting? That is so cool, man. You actually might be able to do this with the avatar. Because obviously when it moves now, it's not going to take me. It's just going to... The camera's just going to stay where it is. It seems too detailed not to... And it doesn't say it's a thing. It doesn't say you can actually walk into it and take it up with the avatar. Maybe they want you to discover that. Let me know in the comments, should I try and do it with walking mode? I climbed tabletop mountain and came back down in that. Yeah, that'd be me too. Do the hardest thing, just walk up the whole thing, and then I'll take the cable cart down. In fact, no, I'll be the other way around, Tony, mate. I'll be in that one going up, and then coming back down in it. To be honest with you, mate, I'm not good with heights, so you probably wouldn't get me in it anyway. Although it doesn't look... Yeah, no, there's some height in that, to be fair. Let me know in the comments, guys. Should I try the avatar? Should I try the walking mode? I'd love to know where the helipad is. Maybe it's at the top. Let's cheat and go to the top. Whee! Love the cable cars, nice little touch. You've got to try it. Yeah, I've got to try it. Look at this. Tabletop Mountain Cafe. Where's the helipad? I'm assuming it's just going to be a nondescript helipad. Or am I just completely... They've done some work. They've done some work. It's very, very good. And keep in mind, this is part of the airport scenery. So, you know, we haven't even taken a look at the airport yet. It's very, very nice. Look at the view, guys. Look at that. Now, I'm not overly familiar with Cape Town, unfortunately. One of my favorite YouTubers is his wife. Well, you guys will know. Hang on, it's the bottom. That's the bottom, isn't it? Where's it going? Are we back? Are we back? Let me know in the comments, guys. Are we back? As I say, very, very rarely, what I would say, guys, is just anyone who's sort of new to the channel, please be aware that obviously I try to keep things as, you know, as streamlined as possible and try and keep it as high quality as possible. one thing that never happens is it never just starts just like bugging out like that. I would say there's been twice. Once where something actually, X-Plane it was, that crashed OBS, and then I actually stopped the stream on my own. So it never usually just stops like that. It's a new one. That's a new one. So I apologize, guys, and as I can see, there's quite a lot of people who left. So yeah, I apologize for that. Let's say giveaway still on, obviously between 8:30 and sort of 9:30ish. But yeah, we are back. Not too sure what happened at first. I thought maybe the internet had gone off completely, which is something we've never had at the new house. We've been here for about a year now. Never had that before. Let's try and get back into it because we haven't actually seen Cape Town, the actual airport yet. So yeah, let's try and get on it, guys, and let's see. Let's just see if. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to... We might have to use slew mode because I don't think there's any way up to the top there. Again, apologies, guys. Don't know what happened. As I say, sort of buffering and stuff like that. Not usually a thing. Anyway. Wait, look at all the smoke. It's a good job you guys said it, to be honest with you, because I didn't even notice. Oh, we are at the top. Okay. Can I stop this? I should have just put it cold and dark. There's my private chopper there. There we go. Let's have a little look. Look at that. Din 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 din. Din din. That was cool, that. Din 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 din. One man. Anyway, let's have a little look, shall we? Because we do actually have to take a look at the airport. This is an airport scenery. Have a little jog down here, mate, in your full military gear. I need to change it. I keep on forgetting. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, if you are new to the stream, new to the channel, please do think about subscribing, and also please leave a like. Let's have a little look. So, oh, there's collision, as in you run by holding, well, for me, I'm just using a controller for now. I've got all my wind wing stuff at the minute. I still really need a set of pedals, and I need a thrust lever of some kind. I might try and get the Thrustmaster Airbus lever soon, because the one on the Ursa Minor, the wind wing joystick, is just a little slider thing, and it's not good. But you hold down the right trigger to run. Is this Battlefield 6? Yeah. Hey, look at that, look at that. Oh my god, if this works. iniBuilds, yours. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. As a customer, is it the wrong side? I'm the wrong side, aren't I? Oh. Although, hang on. That's the exit the other side, so he should come further up, shouldn't he? And they're not even opening. Ah! It's the same. It's the same height as well. But yeah, at some point I really need to invest in a set of pedals for sure. Do you know what? I've never had a set of pedals ever for the rudder, so I really need some rudder pedals, and I also need some kind of, oh my god, I would never come up here in real life. Look at that view. No, absolutely not. I mean, yeah, it looks fantastic. I think you can even see Cape Town, the airport from here. Maybe that's it there. Yeah, I think I should try from the bottom. I mean, I don't really want to waste a lot of time because we still need to look at the airport. But yeah, maybe. Don't know why the hell the helicopter's still going. Listen, guys, I do not fly helicopters, so do not. Oh yeah, there's a H there with a big rock in the middle. It's going to be harder from the bottom because unless there's some stairs, there's no direct way. Let's see if we can try and beat it on the way down. What is this? GTA 5. Hello, guys. Wait. No. Yeah, I don't fly helis. I mean, I don't even fly planes in this, to be fair, as you could see, as you saw earlier. So. Yeah, do you know what, Mickey, mate? Just any kind of rudder pedals that work, because it would make a massive difference not using just like key bindings for the rudder. But you have tuned in, guys. Fantastic. Good to see everyone, and good to see anyone new who hasn't seen any of my streams or content. You are welcome with some buffering, so fantastic start there. But yeah, we're looking at Cape Town. We're looking at the new iniBuilds scenery. Dramatic. I'd imagine it's out this week. I can only imagine it's going to be this week at some point within the next few days, even a day, I'd imagine. Wait. I'm not going to make it, am I? Because I don't think the elevators work. They've actually put a ramp in here, and to be very, very honest, there's no actual slew mode for the avatars. They've put that you can walk up the ramp and the stairs, so can we not get to the actual... I don't think the elevators work. Hang on, the stair... There's stairs, but I can't get to them. You can actually glitch through the wall. Okay. No. Hang on. Oh, sorry. Is there a way? I haven't really... I don't really want to check if they're working. Come on, guys. Is there any more? Hang on, is that it? I thought it was higher. Oh no, that's it. Right. Now we just need to wait till the other one comes down. Ooh, right, we will actually look at the airport at some point. And if you are interested in winning a copy on release, make sure that you're being active in the chat. Not so much now. I'll give everyone the opportunity to when the time comes. If you're enjoying it, press the like button. If you don't already subscribe. If you aren't following me on Discord, it's all linked in the description, guys. I will update the comments and the description when there's a link for each of these, when the product goes live, of course. Stay tuned, I've got more to come. We're waiting for the cable car to come down right now. If you're wondering about the overlay and stuff, I don't usually have the Logitech stuff going on, but I am teaming up with Logitech, which is a fantastic sort of moment in my sort of creator... I don't like saying content creator, that's horrible. Influencer, that's another horrible one. But yeah, in my sort of creative journey, being able to do something with Logitech is quite a big thing. And obviously they were the guys who very kindly sent me out the X2 Lightspeed, which you'll see behind me. My old Logitech Pro X, the wired one, is gone now. He's gone, but he's got a pride of place on the shelves. Need more stuff to go on there. I'm also going to get some lights and do a bit more with that. It's all coming together. It's coming together, guys. Where are we? Here he comes. I want to put the lights on though, because the night light iniBuilds are so good with the night lighting. If you haven't seen their well, to start with, the Dubai scenery, fantastic, and the Doha landmarks with the Doha airport, it was so good. Like the custom, they have this sort of, I don't know how they do it, but the sort of custom night lighting they've got going on is really cool. Let's have a little look. Oh, that's a bit off. Please open. Can we walk through it? No, they've actually... Oh! You can go on them. Sorry for the over-dramatic there. You can go on them. And that is not something they've put in the little sort of press release thing. They haven't actually said you can ride this. Oh, hang on. I don't think you can. I mean, I can't move now. It's kind of pushing me back like there's like a force on it. Yeah, it kind of works. It must just be a limitation. Like, I can't really do much at this point. Like, it's... Maybe there's a certain place to stand. But I can't really see anything at this point, so... Interesting. There's a boot. What's it all about? That was terrible. Never do that again. So the answer is, guys, it kind of works. Oh no! Oh no! And don't pause, because you'll fall out. There's your answer. Right, guys, let's actually take a look at Cape Town Airport. So I'm gonna just pop back in the A400. Listen, I just didn't want the engine being on the helicopter. It's bloody annoying. Where are we? There we go. Let's pop the A400 back on the military stand. Good to see everyone. Hi from Kiev. I don't want to attempt the name because I'll be me. I will look like a fool. But good to see you. Good to see everyone new in the stream. Very interested in what iniBuilds are doing. I believe iniBuilds are doing a couple, if not at least one. I know they're doing an Indian airport, I think. Have a little look, guys. There's the military hangars here, but we will be jumping into drone camera because of it isn't a small airport. We'll have a good look around. We'll try and if anyone can be a very nice person and remind me to look at the light the light 19. Jesus, the stream starts buffering and I go to I've not got my teeth in. The night lighting. If someone can remind me to have a look at the night lighting, that would be great. Because I am very awful at remembering that. Also as well, if you sort of, if you know Cape Town Airport in any capacity. I've had a little look online at a couple of things, but nothing much. If you have any expertise in the area, if you're rewatching the stream, obviously leave a comment with any info. I believe this is a military apron, but what I did see when I was getting my thumbnails was these gates. Now, sometimes animated things are triggered by the drone camera. Also, someone remind me to have a look at the gates and see if aircraft trigger the gates. I'm very interested to see that. Yeah, it's a very, in terms of the square footage, like there isn't multiple terminals, and I don't even think there's a second runway here. But the square footage, oh no, there's actually 2 runways. I apologize. There's a smaller one crossing the main one. But the square footage, the size of the area of the airport is pretty decent. And again, the ground texturing, the ground markings, all look really, really nice. If you are at all familiar with iniBuilds work, you kind of know what to expect. This is one of their premium ones, so it is one of their 2024 premium, not enhanced or anything like that. It's a premium one, so you'd expect to have at least surrounding buildings, which we already know they've put the the full elevation data and texturing into Table Mountain, along with the cable cart, as we already know, and the cafe and stuff like that. So they always do impress. I mean, for me, it's Manchester Airport all the way. I am. You're going to be seeing a lot of the Manchester Airport stuff. It's a shame to see the trees here. Now, what I would say is whether they were able to exclude these in the scenery editor, because you can exclude trees, but I think that they, from what I've been told, they do like to reappear. So I got told recently from a developer friend that a rock, for example, could be here where there's bushes. They could place, so this particular developer placed an animal here, and then when they went back in, or when I saw the scenery, the rock was on top of the animal. So even if you place something here, it ends up moving. Now, if they've excluded these trees, which I can only imagine they have excluded the trees, because this is all custom modeling. And keep in mind, guys, that this is obviously pre-release. This is something that either will be fixed on release, or usually with iniBuilds, they're quick to put out a fix within the first couple of days, and it does fix some of the little issues. But that is obviously not supposed to be like that. Again, not too sure whether the exclusion, the way you do excluding trees and other things on the scenery editor looks very, very painful. So again, if iniBuilds do see this, this is what this looks like. And I kind of, before anyone says, oh, they should know this shouldn't have been a thing in the first place. Again, if they've excluded this area, so they've probably kept some of these trees, but if they've put an exclusion marker around these buildings for trees not to, and it's not taken, or they've just reappeared when they've been redone. And I think some, like, if you ever load this in, if you ever buy it, or whoever wins the scenery, your trees and plants might not actually be in the same place either. So it's a good thing to mention. But yeah, let's carry on. Let's try and do this in some kind of pattern, so we're not going back and forth. But look at the ground texture we're here. Look at this. Love to see some variation. Calvin, good to see you, mate. Look at that. We've even got some ruins here. Again, in this instance, the trees actually look cool being there. But, you know, there's a full perimeter fence. There's a sort of a perimeter road. This little, I don't know, ruin. It's even got, I mean, look at this. Now, if that is actually on that building in real life. Now, I took a look at some Brazilian airports from flight simulations, and they'd put some really detailed graffiti on the perimeter road of Alfonso Airport, which is fantastic, by the way, if you haven't seen it. But they did the same thing, and I looked on Google Maps, and it was exact to the point. I don't know if we're able to... I mean, I'll check, but I don't think we're even going to be able to... You can see the ruins on Google Maps. And there's definitely no trees here. Absolutely no trees. The trees between the military apron and the rest of the airport, that's correct. But there's no trees in this area, so definitely this exclusion. They need to exclude the trees completely around this area. But I can actually see this. And it's absolutely, apart from the trees, it's exactly the same. Albeit, it's the wrong way round. So this is like an E with the middle bit missing. It needs to be turned that way so that these points are facing this way. So Google Maps basically shows me that the actual shape and the missing bits of wall that I can see from above are all there. I can only imagine iniBuilds have gone here if they're going to be so bold to have put graffiti in there. There's quite a few bits, unless it's just that they've not, and it's just a bit of detail that they thought they put in. Plus, I don't know how the graffiti gets there, because this is clearly not part. It's part of the airport, so someone's been naughty. Did you miss the giveaway? No. So giveaway, I base it on whether you're active in the chat or not, and I give people the opportunity to start getting active in the chat. So when about 5-10 minutes before I'm about to announce a winner, or any winners depending on the giveaway, I will make sure people are entered who want to be entered. So don't worry, but I would say between, well, it's already 8:30 now and we still haven't looked at the airport, so this could be a longer live stream, guys. I would say now, looking at it, between 9 and 9:30 is where I'll be looking to announce the winner. So if you're active in the chat there, you'll be entered. Simple as that. Yeah. I think I don't have a chance to win. Don't say that, mate. As I say, I will give everyone who is watching plenty of opportunity to get their names down on it. I've got it open here. It tells me who currently is being active in the chat. It currently tells me who's not active in the chat. As I say, once the time comes, I will let people know. Oh, by the way, guys, I got an absolutely incredible email late last night. What time was it that I got it? 4:30 in the morning. So I'm hoping I get a reply to my follow-up email, because I tell you what, God almighty, that was the best, one of the best emails I've been sent so far on kind of this sort of YouTube flight simming journey. I think this is a DC-9. Is it a DC-9? Am I right? It's not a 707. Is it a DC-9? No. It's not a DC-9. Is it a 707 then? 707 have got those little fins at the front. Not the fins, the little intakes. It's not a 707. What is it? Is it a DC 8? Is it a DC 8? A DC 8. It's a DC 8. Yeah. DC 8. I was close, just by one. just by one. But yeah, that is actually on there. This DC 8 is actually there. You can go on Google Maps and it is there. I don't know if it says all this. I'm assuming it is. I know iniBuilds for their sceneries do go on location. They do go to every airport. You can follow their Instagram and you will see their stories on when they're jetting off to different locations, and sometimes they put a little competition in there for you to guess where they're going or where they've been, which is pretty cool. 767, no, it's a DC-8. I knew it wasn't a 707 because 707s are pretty... They still carry the sort of... It looks like the front of a 737, so a 707 looks pretty much like one of the first 737s, but it's obviously a lot bigger and got 4 engines. No, it's a DC-8. You can tell with the intakes at the front. I thought it was a DC-9, but DC-9s are the ones that look like a Fokker 100. The engine's mounted at the back. But you can see how much iniBuilds have done. Full perimeter fencing around some of the cargo things here. Let's have a little look at that. Google Maps being my good friend here. The DHL cargo TFG design fabric warehouse, and it also looks like we've got the FedEx Express building here. More cargo buildings there. You can actually see where the auto-generated buildings stop, kind of on the route here, around here. You can see them all the way over there. So we're going to start here, move our way along through the terminal, and then down all the way along. And you can see from here, beautiful ground texture, beautiful runway and taxiway markings and texture as well, even from this site. Sometimes I find that if the creator, the developer, has used their own runways and sort of markings and stuff, the default ones get a bit blurry and a bit sort of pixely. You can also see, guys, as well, these aren't static aircraft. These are part of FS traffic, the Just Flight one. So that's why we've got some aircraft on the ground there. I haven't got it myself because it's being pre-release, but there will be toggles in the ini manager to allow you to take people and cars and ground surface of equipment away. A little bit of a bump in the road here, which again would need to be fixed. That is annoying doing that in the SDK and the scenery editor. So I completely understand how frustrating it. I would urge everyone to go on to, let me have a little look so I can show you guys. I'm gonna copy a video in, and this is an 18-minute video. And if you're interested in doing any of your own scenery, guys, watch this video. This guy, I mean, the volume's not great, so make sure you get the volume up is what I'm trying to say. But that video there, that'll show you how to basically set up a basic scenery in 2024 at least. Create your own little airport. I started to create my own little fictional airfield near where I live, and it's pretty fun. It's a bit daunting, and it makes you respect a lot more what developers go through. It really, really does. I fully respect developers anyway, but you have a newfound respect for them when it comes to having a look at that scenery editor. Again, goes without saying, we've got real signage. Building texture work is pretty good. Lots of dirt, and doesn't it look like we've got any repeating textures? Little bit of an issue here by the looks of it. Yeah. Yeah. And what I would say, guys, obviously, iniBuilds do provide me with obviously anything shown by iniBuilds on the channel. They do support the channel a lot. But as you know already, that if there's any issues pointing around, you know, I'm not going to try and mask it. I think even for iniBuilds, it's good that at this point before release, we can see it and they can get that sorted quite easily. And as I said at the start of the stream, guys, I don't spend a lot of time doing flights in and out of these new airports. It's something that I do as a channel where I try to show you what the airport's like up close. Every building, if I don't forget, you know, the detail. Look, I mean, the weathering, the dirt and the grime on the side of the buildings. There's nothing worse than seeing, even if the building's brand new, is to seeing a very, very plain white and non-textured building. The FedEx sign, I can only imagine. Let's just have a little look here, because I can only imagine this is a lovely illuminated sign. Is it? Of course. We'll look at the night lighting, don't worry, guys. I'm not going to forget it. You're here to tell me. Minor issues, I'm sure they'll be... Yeah, I mean, with iniBuilds, I find that usually it's either done with the... Because this is a pre-released version. It's, again, on my ini manager, but it doesn't allow me to configure anything like ground equipment and cars, like I said before. Usually the release candidates, they call it, the release version, will pick up on any of these. And obviously the guys who are out there troubleshooting and seeing them on live streams like this, they'll go ahead and do it. But even then, iniBuilds, after about 5 days to a week, usually jump in there and get an update out pretty sharpish to rectify any issues. Is deliveries there of the traffic included? Yes, some of them are. Some of them are just plain white. You can actually see we have got movement finally there. That one looks like a plain white livery. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's just swerving up and down the runway. Pretty much like me before. But some of them are white liveries. But yeah, we do have, I mean... Air Canada? No. Don't think that's right. I don't think Air Canada, a Dash 8 would be South Africa's Cape Town for some reason. Maybe an Air Canada in another aircraft, but not a Q400. But yeah, I appreciate everyone joining me today. It's good to see everyone in the live chat. And if you are enjoying this, I do pre-recorded content. I'm very, very active on social media. On my Discord, I enjoy uploading anything from the simulator, screenshots, talking to you guys over Discord, replying to your comments. I'm very active, and I'm enjoying the sort of the channel's progression and its growth at the minute. I'm meeting new people. I'm getting to work with the likes of Logitech, which is just insane. And I'm getting to look at sceneries like this, which, if you look at that, again, this is on the sort of the perimeter of the airport. There's, you know, it's a surrounding building. It's very, very detailed. We've actually got, it's almost like a 2D texture. So it's kind of, it's not parallaxed. It's a 2D texture on the window, but it's high quality enough to give that quick illusion. Again, this is nothing. There's a lot of simmers who will never ever see this side of the building, you know. So also this one's holding short. He will probably end up just disappearing at some point. But overall, guys, I am very impressed so far, and we haven't got to the terminal. I think there's an interior to it. I'm not 100% on that. I believe there is. Usually at this point, iniBuilds are very adamant. They always put interiors in. Now, I don't think I've not seen an iniBuilds airport scenery for a long time that hasn't got an interior to it. Got some more sort of cargo bays here and stuff. And yeah, I'm super impressed. I mean, it's at this point it's never really a surprise with iniBuilds. There's more of these really looking gates. I do need to check if the gates are animated on the specifically on the military apron over there. Looking back 5 years ago, I couldn't even imagine this level of detail in airfields. No. I mean, I first started. I would say I first started getting into the sort of virtual flying with Aerofly, which is nowhere near a simulator level of detail like the likes of X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Simulator. But it was my first little look into sort of what to expect. And even Aerofly FS4, it's not on the level of these sims. It's not going to give you any realistic flying, but it's I believe the VR implementation on those Aerofly, again, I wouldn't call them sims, but flight experience games maybe. The VR implementation is supposed to be, well, it is. I've done it on FS2 and it's so good, and I really want to try it on FS4. But yeah, even an X-Plane, the X-Plane even X-Plane 12 sceneries, the default airports are fantastic, but you just don't get the same level of texturing and detail in those, even in the third-party sceneries, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, we're getting more and more detailed, and you know, there's developers now putting elevators that work with the walker mode, doors that open, loads and loads of things that just make the scenery more immersive, and that's all we can ask for. But again, there's a lot of simmers who just want the basic high quality airport, but they don't need the terminals, they don't need the interiors. But as we go along here, again, custom cars is a staple, standard thing that iniBuilds are doing now. All the aircon units, again, these are really, really detailed for something that's sort of, I mean, that is that is stupidly detailed. What, man? I mean, come on. It's a shame they're not animated, but look. The wires go all the way. Oh. Again, just down this little sort of, you know, little road. It looks like almost like you know, storage units of some kind. Also, as well, we have now two aircraft who are just glitched into each other. I'll leave the traffic on. They're not really doing much. They're not really in the way. And then, yeah, here's where we're going to see a bit of an issue, guys. So floating assets, these are a known thing for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It's not something developers have much control of. What will happen is I could restart a flight and these could all be in the proper positions. I could move the camera over there and look back and they could be right. It's just, again, it's one of those things. Generally buildings don't do it, but little assets like cars and fans and stuff like that, bushes, trees, if they're custom, tend to be a pain in the bottom. But again, it's just, as I say, guys, like I said before, I do like to show you all of the scenery as much as possible, and we are getting down to sort of landside area now. Doesn't seem to be any cars in the car park, which is a bit of a shame. some over here, although just a mixture of blue, white, black, and silver. I would imagine that is purely to do with performance, but the road networks, as you can see, are all the way done here. We've got, I think it goes all the way back. They've blended it in very, very nicely. All the way along. We do have some, I've noticed, some hangers here. So we are zoomed in a bit, but we've got some default hangers, like auto-generated hangers here. And then some of the iniBuild stuff here and here. I'd be interested to have a look on Google Maps to see, because this looks like an extended apron, or at least it once was. Maybe this is no longer part of the airport, but yeah, we'll have a look over there. Oh, yeah, floating AC units. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily put that down as a loss, because it's I mean, they all popped in back there. All of the yeah, I would probably say don't go into the airport that way. Yeah, it looks like there's a bridge missing. Is that floating by any chance? No. Yeah, we don't have a bridge there. That's a bit of a that's a bit of a big one. Yeah, Ace, I do like to see the sound implementation. I know obviously iniBuilds did it with Doha, which is fantastic. I've also heard it in a couple of others recently, which don't actually mention it as a feature. The first time I saw someone do it, me personally anyway, was actually Zhevietsky Designs. He put some ATC noise in his control tower at Renton, and the first time seeing or hearing that was fantastic. I remember being in the ATC tower at Renton, the Boeing factory, and hearing the sort of the ATC, and obviously you could hear all the machines in the factory and stuff. And then ever since then, obviously it's been getting done, but not as much as I like, because that seems like quite a. If you're gonna do the interior, put some sounds in there. But again, mate, I don't know the impact of performance. Look at that. I think it's a water tower, but it's very well done. This whole area here, this kind of run down, you know, you can tell the buildings are a bit older. You can actually see flakes and chips of paint around the frame there of the window. Some moss and algae. Texture work isn't pin sharp there, but very nicely detailed. Very, very nicely detailed iniBuilds. It's a big road lodge, and we've got a BP. I think this is it a BP? Is this a BP? Why have we got a BP? British Patrol. No, is it BP? It looks like the BP sign. Is it? Active, or maybe it's just a copy of BP. I don't know. But yeah, iniBuilds do like to put the surrounding buildings. I've seen petrol stations and McDonald's and Burger Kings before. The Road Lodge, the City Lodge hotels. Not bad. Let me know in the comments, and obviously, sorry, if you are rewatching, let me know in the comments what you think of iniBuilds Cape Town, and obviously in the chat, let me know what you're thinking so far. Apart from these sort of the niggling things that we let's all do the conga. Na, 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 na. It's like human centipede, but for planes. I mean, I know that is, you know, that can happen. It just looks funny, doesn't it? Dun, 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 dun. But look, I mean, looking at it now, guys, you have so many buildings. Every one of these buildings in frame. Oh, actually, tell a lie. Here, these are auto-generated default buildings. But apart from this little zone here, which again looks like it's fenced off. So maybe this was part of the airport once upon a time. Maybe there seems to be some default hangars here. But this zone here that kind of bends around is part of the surroundings, and then the airport itself. What we'll try and do is we'll try and go along. We'll loop back and go towards the terminal. All deliveries included. So obviously this is FS traffic again. FS traffic doesn't seem to be working very well at the minute with this particular airport. There's a lot of sort of backlog and things are getting trapped. I don't know if these are still waiting. Yeah, these are still waiting there. Deliveries do come with it, but sometimes it will not inject delivery. It'll just be blank, which does happen. Obviously, planes do have wet leases where they're just white with no livery on them. You can see that one has got a livery, Airlink, and a couple of others as well. Be honest with you, I'm probably, just in case, I'm going to turn them off. As you can see, you can see them go away there. But yeah, keep on watching, guys. I will announce the winner within the next sort of 45 minutes or so. We have sort of gone a bit longer with the stream. I do like to keep my streams about 2 hours. But obviously we had a few issues, and we spent too long in the in the cable cars, didn't we? So we do have obviously a bunch of cars, but I think to help with performance, there's not a massive variety in colours, but it looks good. All the canopies there. We'll head back towards the terminal soon. Some of the fuel tanks. We've got the rental car park again. I would like to see some cars in there, but this is all something that's trivial, and probably me being a bit picky on some things. Again, I would rather see performance, which, by the way, guys, performance wise, smooth as you like, really, really nice. I do run the sim on Ultra. I've got a 4070 Ti Super 16 gig card. Seems to be fine at the minute. It's a very packed and densely populated airport, like I said at the start, and doesn't seem to be struggling at all. Some custom foliage here, bit of terraforming, landscaping, if you like. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. As you can see, the airport has this. It's just a very mixed airport in terms of the aprons. You've got aprons that come back, sort of, not landside, but they come back as far as landside. General aviation, private jet aprons, all with their own custom hangars. Very, very good to see. Every hangar has. But again, iniBuilds do this. iniBuilds do make airports on this level of detail. So it's not surprising. But it's good to see. Yeah, not having issues with FPS. Even stutters at the minute. I'm not seeing it. The odd sort of jump here and there might be, but no sort of micro stutters or anything. Again, I'd like to know if these gates are animated. We will have to test that out, but I do like to see the. I mean, I know foliage and sort of grass does sort of come up through concrete. I'm aware of that, but we'll have to see if those gates do open. It'll be interesting to see that. I'm not seeing that as a. In fact, what we will do is we'll actually have a little look. So we'll have a little look at the scenery features for Cape Town. So this is what iniBuild have sent me. Handmade ground textures with crisp bespoke texture sets, runways, aprons, paths and roads. True to life airport landside creation with custom ground decals, signpost, vegetation, parking barriers and more. Accurate modelling, positioned airport, dynamic airport lighting, highly detailed models of all the airport buildings, objects and surroundings. Up-to-date airport layout reflecting the current real-world location. Official GSX profile, again, good to see that iniBuilds are keeping up with making, basically including the GSX profile and the good thing about that is once you have bought the product, it will be usually bottom right of your where you download it on the ini manager, and it automatically goes into where the GSX profile is, which it's located in the worst position, sort of in your app data, in subfolders, in further in, and it's a bit of a pain in the bum to find the GSX profile location, but ini manager does it for you. That isn't something I can show you, unfortunately, because I don't have that option to download that until obviously it's made public. But as you can imagine, it'll be seamless integration with GSX like it always is. And kind of this is the sort of the end before we get, and you can see obviously the road texture in here with the default satellite imagery is not the best at all, I'll be honest. Surroundings, the city, and obviously the mountains, everything around the airport, absolutely gorgeous, really beautiful. While we're down here, let's have a little look, and I'm seeing some really detailed airport runway and taxi apron markings and texturing nowadays. It's fantastic. Again, a lot of foliage coming up through the tarmac here. Don't know if this is a bug or it's meant to be like that. It'd be very interesting to see if that's a thing. I suppose if anyone's flew out from Cape Town, they might be able to tell me if this is the case. But custom taxiway markings, custom lighting, custom texturing, which you can see. You've got tarmac lines. Again, nothing seems to be repeated. It all seems very nice. And something I'm seeing more and more recently as well is the ground markings with bits of paint and bits of it missing. Guernsey Airport by Real VFR does it fantastically well if you haven't seen that one. Very, very nice. Overall, looks real quality. Just a little more polish for some things. Yeah, a couple little niggling things here and there. But again, it's stuff like trees and some floating things, which again, 2024 is notorious for, unfortunately. Ace, I think that's why they are also bringing out Fang with this particular airport and offering it for free, is because that route in particular, although not a long route, it's probably, I mean, you're gonna be literally taken off from Cape Town out into the coast, right over the sea, nothing to see over the sea, and then straight over a lot of ice and snow. So yeah, I mean, you could, the best thing I could say, Ace, is something that I saw earlier on. Someone say, it was actually a real pilot who does a lot of flight simming. He said the best thing to do is get on Flight Radar 24 and just get to the airport in question and see what each airline are doing, the routes that they're doing. It's quite a good little tip, quite an obvious tip, but a nice tip nonetheless. I think, and again, a bit of a guess, but I don't think the A340 is going to be much longer, and I think they're going to want people to do some 340 operations. That gate is open. That wasn't open before. Maybe I've triggered it somehow, or maybe it was open. I do need to remember to check that, as well as the night lighting as well. Is this just 2024? Yeah, good thing to notice, guys, is this is just 2024. So if you are wanting to, again, probably something that I should have disclosed, but with all of iniBuilds upcoming airports, they're all 2024. I don't believe they're doing any more 2020 scenery. So anything new by iniBuilds, aircraft might be an exception, because obviously the A350 was brought out on 2020 as well, but I don't know if the 340 is coming out for 2020. But yes, this is just 2024. So if you do enter the giveaway, It would be entirely up to you if you are a winner. If you don't have 2024, whether you want to keep the prize for a later date or you want to just pass it on. So yeah, keep that in mind if you do spend time within the next half an hour or so entering the giveaway. Please make sure that you've got 2024, or at least you might want to keep hold of it till you have 2024. Who left the gate open? I'm pretty sure that was closed before, but I really need to check if they're triggerable gates. But I tell you what, this is a bloody marvelous, as in this is a really detailed control tower. And the things I'm personally looking out for here is whether it's got depth to it. It's not just a flat, not a flat model, but the sides of the walls have got actual depth to them. Like, for example, the little sort of section here running down. Other developers, other people making scenery could just leave this flat and have that as a flat window texture. This has actually got some depth to it. You can see that it's indentation to the actual concrete. I know, guys, this is what I'm like when it comes to scenery. So some people appreciate it. Some people are like, oh my God, this guy talking about bloody depth to concrete. But yeah, I mean, that is really detailed control tower. I do love to... Oh, hang on. We've got a floater. We've got a floater. We've got a little attack again. This doesn't really surprise me, especially in 2024. You just did what? You just did by chatting. I see. Yeah, if you're talking about giveaway, yeah, just a guy would say within this next half an hour, get involved in the chat, speak to people, see how people are, be nice, of course, be respectful. Anyone being horrible and disrespectful will be chucked out by their little ear out. Can't be doing with any of that. And yeah, remain active in the chat. Let me know where you're flying in the sim. Let me know your favorite aircraft, your favorite airport scenery. Let me know what freeway airports you guys have downloaded and are for you guys some of the best freeways. I'm looking more into that. I'm going back to the channel roots and looking at freeway airports, because I think loads of people love to see a freeway airport, and especially one that's got really payware quality to them. Apart from them not having any static aircraft in here, this is another really detailed airport. You got some CCTV monitors, you've got radars, pens, iniBuilds coffee, Philips digital radio there, but a product placement by iniBuilds, HP printer, more product placement. They've got some tea in there. They're already set up. It's a lovely control tower. Some of the marble floor in here. Let's go down. Little doorway here. A little bit of a thermostat on the wall there. I mean that no one's gonna see that, man. It's so good to see. A380, A340, perfect. Good to hear. Favorite plane is Boeing 777 series. 777's a gorgeous aircraft, but I'd love to see when they're gonna get the 777X out with the little foldable wingtips on them. That'll be really cool to see that. Massive. The 777's already massive, especially the 300. But to see the 777X, which is just on another level, making it longer, and yeah, it's gonna be incredible. We haven't even got to the terminal yet, guys. Look at this. The ATR series as well. ATRs are good to see. I do prefer to see a lovely Dash 8. We don't see many of them where I'm from anyway. We don't get to see them in our local airports anymore. I think Luxair still schedule a -8 into Manchester every so often. That lovely Corvette. That is actually part of the default scenery. You can put in your own scenery. It's pretty cool. Is there some scenery in here? So no scenery, no interior in there. And we're gonna get to the sort of the yeah, I mean zigzagging about. Runway, the taxiway texture in here looks very crisp, very detailed. Every hangar, guys, every custom created hangar, unbelievable. Yeah, Mickey, I do miss seeing the Avro, the Avros and the 146s. Manchester Airport viewing, the viewing park at Manchester Airport actually has not the prototype. I think it flew once or twice. It was like the Avro X or the RJX. It's at the viewing field at Manchester. It's pretty cool to see it, and you can go on it and have a look around it. Look at that. Aircraft maintenance organization. It's just so detailed, guys. Every hangar. There's signature. There's signature over here in South Africa. Just very. There's bits I'm gonna miss, guys, because I obviously want to get to the terminal. Look at that. I mean, if you're struggling to find routes again, jump on Flight Radar 24, have a check of what airlines and aircraft are doing what from Cape Town. But I tell you what, guys, I would say just grab yourself a general aviation aircraft, maybe a private jet, and park it in the middle there and do some flights. Just do some circuits around the airport and just get to go across the aprons and the taxiways around this airport, because it is just so there's just, look at that. I mean, there's getting a bit of stutters now going there. You've got all the ground surface equipment on the aprons, really detailed apron lights as well. Wow. There's a padlock. Wow. Yeah, we might have -8s in Canada. Yeah. We haven't looked in the night lighting yet. Thank you for reminding me. And then another ATC tower, whether they're still using both, they might do. This one, again, concrete design, no static people, which is a bit of a shame. But look how really detailed the aircraft charts are, by the way. Really good. Very crisp. Very crisp. A few of the same things. Coffee mugs. Oh. Sorry, guys. I thought they were moving then. Those monitors look like they were... The images were flicking. Maybe it was just the light. They are. I don't know what's happening there. Maybe it's the sort of the image or the shadow on the images, but they seem to... They're flicking between screens. Now, what I have seen recently is, again, the guys from Flight Simulations. So the guys who did the Brazilian airports, their CCTV monitors actually reacted to night and day. So when you changed it to night, it actually went to nighttime on the screens. I'm wondering if iniBuilds have done the same thing. There's your answer. They haven't, but look at the lighting in this control tower. They're just so impressive with their night lighting iniBuilds. They really, honestly, look at this. I will go back to the night lighting, guys, once we've had a look in the terminal. And again, I apologize, I'm getting quite behind here, but as you can appreciate, this is a fairly decent sized airport with every bit modeled. I mean, I don't think they've left anything out. There's just so much here. I mean, there's a downside to me showing you absolutely everything, because that none of it's going to be a surprise, but let's dive in. Here we go. Straight off the bat, I love the glass texture. The green texture to the glass is lovely, and it's well done, and it works. So that is a parallaxed interior, and it was actually quite convincing. I thought that was an interior then. That was pretty good. Multi-story car park here. No cars, and it's I would say it's probably a less detailed inside, but looks fantastic from the inside. Let's have a little look here. Terminal looks epic. Model looks mint. It is, mate. It really. Well, I mean, look at that. Entranceways, barriers, signs. Oh, watch your head. We've been all the way around. You've even got. These are parallaxed again interiors, so they're a fake kind of 3D interior. All those rental car, you know, service points, I guess, you know, where you get your rental car after you've got off your plane. It's fantastic. Kind of a blend of concrete buildings with a lot of glass and a lot of metal as well. I can't quite take the camera into here. It kind of, yeah, I can do here. Again, iniBuilds still opting for static people. I'll be honest with you. I think at this point, if you are watching iniBuilds, anyone from iniBuilds, I would get animated passages in there, guys. I don't know what the reason it is for. It's not a big issue. I'm not saying the use of static people non-animated is an issue, but you guys can do it. I've full confidence that you could implement just, you know, just a little bit of animation, just so they're not completely still, especially ones that can be seen when you're at the gate in the cockpit, just to see the passengers walking across, moving slightly in the windows. The turnstiles here are done brilliantly as well. A lot of glass and a lot of metal. Yeah, it's really, really nice. But again, I'd love to see these people walking about, or at least just moving. They are, Ricardo, they are. They're doing magical stuff. I believe they're going to do something in Europe and the US next as well, which will be fantastic to see. I can't wait to see more from them. I was blown away by every part of their scenery. Definitely up there with some of the best. Let's see if we can go in here, because I know the drone camera recently has been a bit of a... it's not letting... In some interiors, it just doesn't let you go inside interiors at all. Look at this, guys. Just look at the scale. Like, there's so much. Again, I probably will miss things out and probably just on purpose at this point, just so you can go and explore it yourself. Max, good to see you, bud. As I would say, guys, start getting yourself active. Again, if you don't become active in the chat and you're sort of afraid you're not going to be entered, I will make sure that you're entered. Okay, guys, I'm very, very fair like that. I won't just say be active and then just announce a winner. I will make sure that your name's there and you're entered. Okay, so no worries there. Again, fantastic. This actually reminds me of maybe on the height actually. This looks like it actually looks like Prague Terminal 1. Anyone who's been to Prague Airport, it looks pretty, like the check-in desks are in the middle here. This is over the other side is where you would go over to airside. It's actually pretty, yeah, apart from the odd escalators, it looks quite similar. Interesting. And I've been there about 25 times, guys. So I would say in this instance, I am definitely good for that comparison. I've been there a lot. I've been maybe more than 25 times. I've been obviously there for inbound and outbound. So yeah, more like 50. Actually, looks pretty similar, to be very fair. It's fantastic. It really is. I mean, look at this. All the way through the security gates as well. Beep. I didn't go off. That's fine. Fantastic. You know, it is so... Look at that. There you go, using me cinematic fingers here, guys, getting a little cinematic view of the If you're wondering how I do a cinematic, this is literally it. You can see it in real time. I'm just not going to show you what I'm doing. So what I'm doing right now is I am manually controlling the camera. I'm not using any external program to do this. This is just me controlling the drone camera, but in some kind of rotation and speed and direction that gives it a cinematic feel, I guess. So yeah. So nice, man. Really, really. The jet bridges as well. Little by name. Perfect, mate. Yeah, I mean, since 2015, been there. Apart from obviously a couple of years in COVID, obviously that was a time when we spent less time away from there, but definitely once or twice a year, maybe even 3 times at some point we were there. And then luckily enough this year to go and take our daughter there for the first time, which was very emotional because obviously, you know, it was showing our little girl a place that we'd been for 10 years. Look at this. And to be very fair, although they're not animated, there's a lot. I mean, I would guess maybe it's not as dense, but it's definitely look at the signs, the computers, the check-in desks. I mean, the person who is lucky to win this, and the person, anyone who goes on to buy it, you're in for a treat, because I would just buy it just to have a look around, even if I was not intending to do any flights at all. iniBuilds again, fantastic level of detail. In terms of release date, again, I would say that I'm going to guess that it's within the next 48 hours, with obviously the likes of myself and others being given obviously chance to stream it and show it on the channel at some point this week, easily. And obviously along with that, again, don't think it's a case of you get Fang free. I think Fang is free anyway. But yeah, this is another fantastic one, guys, and this makes me very, very excited for Manchester Airport. Manchester Airport hasn't had a good Microsoft Flight Simulator scenery, in my opinion. There was so much promise and chance, I guess, promise and just, yeah, there was so much promise and just not enough execution with the Mako simulations Manchester, which was a bit of a shame, because I really wanted those guys to do a really good one for us. But iniBuilds and Ether or Author simulations are doing Manchester. I'm gonna I'm really looking forward to seeing who creates the most detailed and the most convincing Manchester. I'm really looking forward to seeing Manchester. Look at this, guys. Look at the shop with the glass along it. Oh, I mean, look at that. There you go. That's your shot there. If you want to know how detailed Cape Town is, I mean, yeah, all right. They're all 2D. I get it. I understand, but you know, so good, so good. God, we need Manchester. Yeah, we do, man. And obviously, look, if you look at this, I mean, Tony, if you look at this right now and know that iniBuilds have got Manchester coming out, you've got to be excited for iniBuilds Manchester. I want to see a really good view and park recreation. I want to be able to go through it like this and see things that I've seen for real. I've flown out of Manchester many times while going to Prague. Very familiar with it. I'm not familiar with Terminal 2, unfortunately. I've not really flown long haul or been on Jet 2 flights from there. Sorry, Jet 2 flights from there. So I can't make that comparison or judgment on that. But yeah, Manchester from iniBuilds. If it's on this level, which I'm assuming it's going to be a cracker. It's going to be good to see. I'm so excited. But yeah, guys, let's jump into night lighting and let's start getting ourselves active in the chat because we are going to be getting this airport given away. And look at that. Oh my word. If you're wondering if the night lighting's good, there's your answer. There's your answer. I won't put the traffic might not come back, to be honest with you. I can try and reintroduce it, but sometimes it's not. I can try and see if it regenerates. Yeah, I can try. Give it a second. There's not always. Oh, there you go. It's come back. Let's see where are you up to? True to life. Dang, that's good. Wow, it looks great. Enable. You have enabled traffic. Yeah, can you enable traffic? Yeah, I've enabled it. So, all I will say, guys, I am obviously with being in the position that I am, with obviously being able to show. I'm not too sure what's happening with the clouds. I'll be honest. That looks like. Is that the weather? Oh, hang on. Is that? I wonder if that is anything to do with Rex Atmos. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that isn't just your compression on the live chat. Rex Atmos doesn't always quit. Let me see. Whoa. See, I told you, Rex Atmos sometimes. That's a perfect example of what happens with Rex Atmos, unfortunately, guys. Let me see if I can reintroduce it. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. I think Rex Atmos started doing something to the weather. Not too sure what that was all about, guys. I do apologize. Where are we? Manchester needs to have airliners live in the RVP. Ace, I believe it will be. iniBuilds, I believe, and it's not a secret because they said Airliners Live told viewers on their live stream that iniBuilds have reached out. So it's looking likely, especially the fact that we got Big Jet TV in Heathrow. Airliners Live are, again, the biggest up north. So yeah, we most likely will be seeing the Airliners Live control tower with the little Airliners Live models in them for sure. If we don't, I will be getting in touch with iniBuilds and saying this needs to be an update. The jetways work with AI planes. Sometimes the pushback tugs work with AI planes as well, but not always. But yeah, night lighting. Well, you can see night lighting is spot on. It always is with iniBuilds. iniBuilds never, in my experience, fail to deliver with the night lighting and make it convincing. I know there's some times where we'd get very overexposed instances, and I like that the lighting is very you've still got that greeny blue texture on the glass, even though we can't see it as much, but we can see that lighting is affected by that. The lighting in the jetways here, the jet bridges. Can also see the night lighting in the control tower up there as well, which is fantastic. You can see a bit of the edge lighting as well. You can also see the faked interiors, the parallaxed interiors. Again, these always look better at night time. You can see that what looks like interiors to these buildings here, they're not interiors, they're completely fake. But at night, they are very convincing. Yeah, night lighting's spot on. I'm again, it's always sort of a we'll look at it, but I'm telling you now, it won't be it won't disappoint, is what I was trying to say. All the hangers again got the lighting down the side of the walls, illuminator. Runway and taxi light, the apron lights all look fantastic. I mean, you can see it for yourselves, guys. The night lighting is fantastic as always. I mean, that's a very short runway. I'd imagine that's used for maybe military, maybe any general aviation private jets that are present. Fantastic. Let me know. Oh, hang on. Have we got a little open hangar over here? No, it's like a little yeah, like a little like an entranceway for trucks, maybe. I don't know. It also looks a bit like train tracks there that are used. I'm not too sure. Pilot school, maybe, but it's definitely a shorter runway. It's quite a narrow runway as well. Does look to be active, but very small. It seems to be connected with the military, so either they're using I don't think any military cargo would be getting off this. Could be wrong. Possibly fighter jets. Yeah, I think more and more people are now getting themselves over to 2024 and making the jump, because I think if they manage to get Sim Update 4 out very, very well, I can see even more people coming over. Right, guys, let's get things going here, because I'm absolutely knackered. And I was taking a few days off the computer as well, because I've done what I needed to do with any content. So this is the time. Get yourself active in the chat. I am going to stick... where am I? Let me go back to my other window. And let me get the giveaway up, and let me see if this works, because it's a pain in the backside. I really need to start integrating my Stream Deck and other things that I've got, because I don't use it enough. At all. Right. There we go, guys. Let's move this out. This is just the wrong size. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look. Right, guys. Here you go. So as I said, as I promised, we've got Met 747. We've got Mighty Kenny, Mika, Little by Name, Tony Dark Zero, Ivan, Stefan, Ape. You guys are currently in the giveaway, so you have a chance to win. That's what Nightbot will choose. That they're the names. If name's not up there, you need to start typing away. It does have a limit to how long it'll say you're inactive for, which I think is 5 minutes, I believe. So it is real time, so you'll start seeing your name go on there. Okay, Mighty Kenny, Stefan, you're all in there. Evan, I'm here. You're there, mate. You're all ticked up. Perfect. Start getting the likes, the hearts in here as well. Just a few disclaimers. This is for 2024. If you want to keep the prize and you don't have 2024 and you want to keep it till you have 2024, absolutely fine. You will need an iniBuilds account, so it's quite easy if you haven't got one. Most people have at this point. I will be the one to email you. The email will be sent within the next 2 days or so. It will be a case of I have to then send that on to iniBuilds, so please be respectful and patient with me and iniBuilds, okay? They're very busy, especially with release times. Make sure that you give a bit of time. Ideally, you will get this in your accounts for release day, but keep in mind these work at a different time zone than me and stuff like that. So yeah, there's all that. And finally, if you do win, I will require you to put your email into your YouTube profile. That is so I can email you rather than the winner popping into my socials or email or Discord and saying, I've won. It's not happened to me. I've known it to happen to others, but I don't know if whoever reaches out to me is legit, okay? And as you can respect, if you win a prize and someone else claims it, you're not going to be happy, are you? So let me do it the way that's best. So it's for 2024 PC. Obviously, it goes without saying because it's through iniBuilds Manager. Unfortunately, if you're waiting for the marketplace release, you're going to be waiting for years. So, yeah. Where are we? So we've got Tony, Ivan, Kaz, you're in there. Ace, Mickey, Little by Name, Mika, Mighty Kenny, Max, Mets. You can see everyone that's not in there. Kaz is there. Right there, ticked. If you've got a green tick next to your name, I know it might not be easily seen. I'm going to give it another couple of minutes, guys, okay? Just so anyone else sort of filtering in can get on there, okay? I will put that screen back up in a minute. But, yeah. You are up there, don't worry. You are up there. For this last 2 minutes, guys, I just want to test one more thing. And I just want to see if the never get out your A400 when the propellers start. Look at those though. You know, I've been lucky to see this in real life fly right over me. Got some nice pictures of it as well. I just want to see if the gates animate. I'm curious, as I'm sure some of you are as well. Again, I know we weren't fully started there. I apologise, but I'm not really bothered about that. I'm just interested because I know I've just filmed a bit for the Duxford Aerodrome freeway has animated gates when you get close to them. Doesn't look like. Open the gate, mate. There's your answer, guys. I haven't tried sim update 4 yet, guys. I don't try the betas anymore. I tried the first. I tried sim update 1 beta. The satellite coverage they did with their first release was like the crispest it's ever been. It was lovely flying GA flights over England. The satellite imagery was so crisp, and then it didn't actually appear in the update. So I let it just be. Right, guys, let's have a look, guys. I'm not going to waste any more time for you guys, so I will bring that back up, and I will show you the giveaway. Avison, Stefan, Evan, Ivan, Tony Dog Zero, Kaz, Mickey, Ace, Ricardo, Little by Name, Mika, the Mighty Kenny, Max, Mets. You're all in there. 10 more seconds. If you're watching the stream and you want to get a chance of winning this, say something in the live chat. Bam, 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 bam. But you're all there, guys. You're all there. So I only have one today, unfortunately. I do like to provide as many giveaways as possible. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. If you're new to these giveaways, I try to always provide giveaway prizes for anything new. Some old things, perhaps. But yeah, anyway, let's get this going. Good luck to everyone. And again, thank you for everyone who has watched this live stream. Evan Blakeman, you are the winner. Fantastic, my friend. Well done. Thank you so much for participating. Again, mate, like I said before, please give me time. Make sure that your email is in your profile for me. Which right now what I'm going to do is, all I do is click on your name. I then press on go to channel. It opens up a new window in there. I can't see there's any email in there. Please stick an email in. You can hide it between the kind of, like reveal email or whatever. Stick your email in there, mate. I'll email you from my email, and it will be the next 24 hours, 48 hours. I want to get that prize for you on release as quick as possible, my friend. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. This has been fantastic, guys. I've loved the live stream every minute. I tell you what, apart from the fact that we had some buffering and it completely decided to go off, it hasn't been too bad, has it? It hasn't been too bad. And the airport is just phenomenal. Yeah, it's got its little, its little touches of glitchiness and floating things, and some trees need to be cut down over here for sure. But I tell you what, iniBuilds have done it again, guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing the A340. It's not my expertise. If you're wondering about kind of me as a creator, I do try to include aircraft in my on my channel. I am not the one to show you in-depth system in-depth systems, whether an autopilot works as it does in the real aircraft, whether an animation is correct. I'm not the one, guys. There is so many others who you can watch on YouTube for all that, and they do such an incredible job. I will tell you whether a scenery is at least to the most part accurate. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've never been to Cape Town Airport, but I will show you sceneries as in-depth and as close to, you know, as I can, you know, with the drone camera, going around, spending some time. And yeah, that is me. That is me. Right, so many things coming through. Evan, thank you, mate. I'll update it, and I'll refresh the page and I'll get onto it, mate. But yeah, no, thank you everyone for getting involved. There will be more live streams, guys. iniBuilds Manchester is a personal highlight for me. It will be on the channel as soon as I get access to it. There will no doubt be pre-recorded videos for it as well, because it's my local airport. Well, Liverpool is, but Manchester will kind of be in the you know, my local international airport. There's more on the channel, guys. Please stay tuned, guys. While I'm here, tomorrow there is a YouTube short on my channel. I've been doing more of those recently. It's quite easy to kind of get those out and provide some kind of takeoff or landing videos out the passenger window and other things. I've got one tomorrow. It's not my most spectacular cinematic. It's just something I was putting together over the weeks. But there's a little special guest in there. A little special guest there that you'll want to see in 2 scenes. She appears twice. Fantastic. So I think 5 or 6 tomorrow. Check the channel. Look at me. It'll be on my social media as well. And look out for the little special guest. And yeah, I know people will end up saying some stupid things in the comments, but you haven't seen her like this, I don't think, yet, or at least in motion. I'll end up telling you if I keep on carrying on. When A340, haven't got a clue. I'd imagine the fact that they're teasing Fang and Cape Town and keep on showing it, it's not going to be far off. They might even drop it either with Cape Town, or they might drop it just after Cape Town. Don't think it's got any significance to Manchester, so they might not. I don't think so. But yeah, thank you to everyone. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go and get myself a drink because my throat is killing me. And yeah, just stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much. And don't forget, if you are rewatching, please do like the stream and leave any comments. This is a fantastic airport. Well done to iniBuilds, as always. And thank you to them for giving me this opportunity. I'll see you again soon, guys. Thank you.